Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Muhammad QUSHAIRY bin ZULKIFLE.
My name is Muhammad Ridwan bin Abdul Jalil.
My name is Muhammad Ridwan bin ISHAK.
Hi, my name is Muhammad SAUFI bin ZULKAFLI.
Hello, my name is Muhammad SHAHRUL MIZAN bin Muhammad AZMAN.
So here I am. I will talk about the introduction about the company. So our group have choose Brembo as our company that we will be presenting. So I will talk about the introduction about the company. So Brembo is an Italian manufacturer of automotive brake system, founded by Emilio Bombassi. At Bergamo, Italy in 1961. So it began as a small mechanical workshop. The experience of its founder in the mechanical sector and metrology was soon put to good use for prestigious clients such as Alfa Romeo. So Brembo have a lot of achievement. So in 1964 was a historic year for Brembo when the company started production of the first Italian brake disc for the spare part markets. Soon afterwards, production activities were broadened, pardon my mistakes, to include other braking system components, and the competence and specialization of the company and the quality of its product and services earned international recognition. So its success include the production of the first complete braking system installed as a standard on Guzzi and Laverda motorcycle in 1972, the Formula 1 supply for Ferrari in 1975, the first aluminium caliper and the first carbon disc in 1980s. So basically, Brembo is the first company that the first company that managed to produce the first aluminium caliper and the first carbon disc during 1980s. So it's a good achievement. And then followed the listing on the stock exchange, the opening of new plants in all countries where the company client operate, the inauguration of Metro Rosso Innovation District just outside Bergamo, up to the latest challenges met to respond to the current profound transformation and trends in mobility. Now concave as increasingly electric and sustainable. So in my slide, I put the Brembo logo and also a picture of production hub for the manufacturing of aluminium brake calipers in Nanjing, located in China, Jiangsu province. So the facility offer a production capacity of more than 2 million pieces per year and adopt the most advanced technologies available today. And then here's another one. Company new plant in Escobedo in the state of Nuevo Leon, Mexico. So the new manufacturing site in Escobedo is a real turning point for Brembo operation globally, following its global strategy to localizing products and process innovation, service and cooperation close to its customer. Brembo continues to distinguish itself from other suppliers. Supplier Escobedo is one of the company more modern and cutting edge aluminium caliper plant The facility features state-of-the-art manufacturing processes that combine high efficiency with the latest technical integrated solutions. So Brembo design and manufacture each individual part of braking system. Brembo brake discs are the industry benchmark for innovation and quality. Brembo calipers embody state-of-the-art design and performance, and Brembo brake modules offer unparalleled integration and efficiency for maximum reliability, comfort, and durability. So that's all from my part of introduction. Thank you.
My name is Muhammad Ridwan bin Abdul Jalil, and thank you to my fellow presenter. Next, I will proceed our video presentation with manufacturing process. The first step in this manufacturing process of the Brembo disc brake is that the raw ingredients will be prepared for the mixing process, and the material involved in this mixing process is heat molded resin and chopped carbon fiber in order to create high strength composite material. The mixed ingredient will then be poured into the aluminium foil until half of it, and after that the half fill mold will be installed a slotted belt around it, and then will be inserted aluminium cores into the slot, and the cores is function as a ventilation purposes. Next, the remaining space of the cavity will then be filled again with the mixed ingredient, and at the same time a roller will be placed on top of the cavity to level out the ingredient. And after that, the mold is closed and be pressed lightly to compact the fill before entering a larger press, which will apply 20 tons of pressure, and at the same time the mold will undergo a heat treatment up to 204 degrees Celsius. This particular step will transform the resin powder into the plastics and compacts the carbon fiber, and then the mold is then be cooled until it is ready for extraction process. And before extracting the disc, the mold will be submerged in water for 5 to 8 minutes to ensure that the disc is completely cooled down, which will enable the workers to pull out the core. So next step will be continued by SAUFI.
After the disc was removed from the mold, the computer guide machine will smooth out the rough areas. The tiny ventilation holes will also drill to make a perfect hole. After that, the disc ring will be heated in the oven that has temperature over 1800 degrees Fahrenheit for over 2 days. This process will change the plastic into the carbon. Next process, a crucible that has a high heat resistance was put on the table, and then 5 mounts was placed inside the crucible. The disc ring will be placed on the mount. Next, the ceramic material, which is a fine silicon powder, will be poured into the middle of the funnel. After that, the crucible will be heated in the oven that has temperature over 3000 degrees Fahrenheit for over 24 hours. This process was called a melting process because this process will melt the silicon powder to produce a silicon carbide.
For finishing process, the brake disc goes into paint coating process. The product goes into a chamber and receives a coat of protecting paint. The paint protects the carbon from oxidize because at high heat, oxygen burn carbon and this will destroy the product. Next, the Brembo disc brake went into antioxidation treatment. The purpose of the treatment is to extend the life of the disc brake. Lastly, the disc brake goes into sanding process performed to clean white residue on the brake disc. For design concept and quality assurance. In most vehicles, these brake discs or disc ring are made of cast iron, which is cheap. But in certain other cases, such as high-performance vehicles like Formula 1, these brake discs are not up to the standards of high performance because the cast iron brake discs are heavy in weight and so reduces the vehicle's performance to a particular extent. In such case as this, ceramic composite brake discs are used that are processed and used at high temperatures. These ceramic composite brake discs are known to be heat resistant and able to withstand large compressive loads at higher temperature up to 1000 degrees Celsius. Quality assurance is declaring a product that is certain to meet the expectation given with its design, functionality, reliability, and durability of the product. In order to achieve all those goals, Brembo uses computer-guided laser to ensure the core is fully removed. The bulb rotates on a rotating machine and the laser will pass through the side of the rim in a static condition and will detect the presence of the core. All the core slots should be empty as it will go to the next manufacturing process, which is extracting the bulb. High-definition photograph is also used at Brembo to analyze micro-level detail on this surface. As a result, the surface of the rim will be smooth with no defects. A computer machine that will thoroughly inspect the ring surface by taking high-definition photographs to further examine the molecular and crystal structures to detect any defects. How does it work? Well, the laser beam is reflected by a rotating mirror to produce a focus beam that will sweep passing an object. A photo detector will detect the light sweep except the section that is interrupted by the object. The interrupted time is measured and relate with the size and shape of an object.
Next, the products produced by Brembo. And for your information, Brembo is one of the companies in the world that manufacture equipment relating to braking system. Hence, Brembo highly offers their services in designing and manufacturing every individual part in order to ensure that their products can deliver maximum performances and offer excellent reliability and durability. At this point, Brembo does not only manufacture products only for cars, but also specialize in professional racing and bike braking components. So, here are some of the high-performance cars equipped with Brembo discs and calipers are as below. So, the first model is Chevrolet SS, where Chevrolet SS is the first sedan with a V8 engine, producing 415 horsepower with rear-wheel drive, and Brembo has produced oversized brakes in order to match the horsepower produced by the Chevrolet SS. And for this car, 40 to 44 mm diameter 4-piston calipers are placed on the front to work in conjunction with 355 mm disc. And on the other hand, at the rear wheels, 28 to 32 mm diameter 4-piston calipers will be combined with large 365 mm disc. And the second model is Ford Mustang, where the Ford Mustang will produce 300 horsepower, and in order to cater with this horsepower produced, Brembo company has developed a 6-piston aluminium pillar calipers with 380 mm slotted front disc. And the next is Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8. The power generated by this 4x4 require a really good braking system, which Brembo has the car equipped with high energy 6-piston pillar caliper at the front and 4-piston versions at the rear. And these calipers will be coupled with 380 mm and 350 mm disc respectively. Next, I will show you the bikes model for Brembo equipment. And the first model is Harley Davidson Night Rod Special. For this motorbike, they use double disc brakes in order to provide ideal braking power. And the ABS installed will help reduce the tendency of wheel lock in sudden brakes, which gives better performance without sacrificing the style. Next is Kawasaki Ninja H2. This motorcycle is equipped with 330mm diameter and 5.5 thick semi-floating disc, which will be paired with Stylema calipers. And these calipers consist of 4 piston, 30mm diameter each. And all of this equipment is to match the 231 horsepower and 310 horsepower for Ninja H2 and Ninja H2R respectively. Next product is for racing equipment provided by Brembo. And the first product is brake pads. For your information, Brembo also produce brake pads of organic based and ceramic based, and available in 4 different compounds, which are RB170, RB340, RB350 and RB330. And all of these pads were tested and developed in order to adapt with various combinations including Brembo calipers and other brands. The second product for racing equipment is the disc itself. Brembo produce various types of brake discs that differs in ventilation solution, slotting and fastening. These three elements will cause an impact to the vehicle performance during the competition. Hence, Brembo has come up with various patterns in machining the disc while manufacturing process. And the last product for racing equipment is calipers. Brembo manufacturing also include calipers that is made by forging process or billet machine that comes with 2, 4 or 6 pistons. And also, these calipers can be fitted with fixed or mobile bridge. That's all from me, thank you.
In manufacturing process, there we have manufacturing defects that the manufacturer did not doing the manufacture correctly. This can happen when a product is manufactured incorrectly and it deviates from its intended design. In this research, there are very little defects that we can found because all the process that happen in this manufacturing are computerized and checked through the computer guide machine. In this manufacturing, there are defects that can occur from the section that will be handled. For example, when inserted the aluminum core into the mold, this core must be inserted properly and must be hammered inside using a hammer. If not done properly, there will be defects arising inside the disc. Next, other defects is broken brake disc. It can happen when product was extracted from the mold, or maybe this defect can occur when doing the compression process. That compression was over compressed, so it can occur the defect to the product.
I'm gonna present discussion. I will suggest modification technology in the making the disc brake. A modification to the technological process of ventilated disc brake machining was made. The main purpose of the modification was to increase the productivity by changing machining parameter for 3 turning operation and 1 rearing operation, and by using tools with ceramic plates. The machining parameter for sinter carbide tools range within casting speed 200 to 700 meter per minute and feed rate 0.2 to 0.6 mm per revolution respectively. Some of these parameters were measurable on account of the capabilities of the control systems. As a result of the modification, the time of machining a brake disc was shortened by 20% of the average. The application of ceramic plates increased the productivity by reducing the frequency of the replacement while meeting the quality requirement for the brake disc. Problem that company might face in the making of this brake is human skill. to overcome this problem, a company need to hire trained or experienced workers, so this problem can be controlled. But to hire experienced worker is difficult nowadays because no one in this world can be experienced in a short time without training. So my suggestion is a company need to train their workers until professional. One of the processes involved in the making of this brake is melting process. Other products that use this process to be made is glass. Now I will explain how glass is made. At high level, glass is sand that's been melted down and chemically transformed. If you have ever been to the beach, you know exactly how hot sand can get while remaining in its solid form. The kind of heat necessary to transform sand into a liquid state, eventually becoming glass, is much hotter than any sunny day. To make sand melt, you need to heat it to roughly 1700 degrees Celsius, which is approximately the same temperature a space shuttle reaches as it re-enters Earth's atmosphere. The sand commonly used to make glass is comprised of small grains of quartz crystal made up of molecules of silicon dioxide, which is also known as silica. When these molecules are heated to high enough temperatures, the sand melts and loses its crystalline structure, and as it cools, it gains an entirely different structure. The structure on a molecular level is somewhere in between a liquid and a solid. This in-between state is known as an amorphous solid, which means it has some of the crystalline structure of a solid coupled with the molecular randomness of a liquid. That's how glass is made. For continuous quality improvement, duration that was set, which is 10 to 15 minutes, was quite inadequate for us to include important content. Thus, it made us harder to choose the intended content and had to cut off some of the findings to meet the requirement. Our suggestion is that the duration should be longer. Instead of producing presentation video as a task, we can deliver the task by full written report. This is because we can include many important information regarding our product chosen.